it was initially a book called The Age of Earthquake, and then the second volume is what you saw, The Age of You. In a way, it always oscillates when we work together, you see, because it's both an exhibition and a book. And in this instance, actually, we did the exhibition before the book came out. The book will only be published later this year. So whilst previously we can say the book, produced the exhibition, here actually the exhibition produced the book. And for us, of course, the book is also a sort of exhibition because it's a kind of a musée portable. It's a kind of a portable museum. It's a portable.
It's a boîte en valise?
In a way, yes, because we invite the artists to react to the theme. And it's an exercise in portraiture. So we always, when we do these collaborations, we come up with a rule of the game.
But what is the puzzle of the three of us? What are you in charge of? What is he in charge of? What is Doug in charge of?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, Judith, because I think, like always in collaboration, it's a kind of an alchemy. So it's quite difficult to say who does what, it's sort of quite organic. It is true to say that I'm more involved in, contacting the artists in a way for my curatorial role in getting the contributions from the artists, in maybe curating the pages. Doug and Shumon are both, amazing writers and novelists. So they're, of course, maybe slightly more involved in the writing.
Shumon, tell me that you wanted to find a very special format for the exhibition. So tell me about that, because for me it's almost a TV program in 3D, more than an exhibition.
Yeah, I'm glad that you felt that it sort of felt like a different format, because we wanted it to be maybe a new format, not an exhibition, not a book. And there is clearly a sort of a pop-up moment, because it sort of oscillates between 2D and 3D. Because on the one hand, you have these pages of the book with the contribution of the artists. The text is relatively short. I mean, one can read it somewhere between 20 and 40 minutes. It's a quite short text. But then I think the main work is the combos, is to combine, the images and the text, and it sort of it attempts at giving a very wide range of what basically portraiture could be, what the Age of You could be, because of course it's not only portraits of people, it's also data, it's also the smell of data, it's also DNA. It goes from the micro to the macro. And I mean, you said that it felt a bit like a TV program. It's also, for us, it's maybe also an attempt at writing a new graphic novel, in different dimensions. And obviously the viewer kind of walks through these pages. So it's also a kind of a promenade. You sort of, rather than to read the book, you sort of walk through this extended or expanded graphic novel. And
it made me think about the exhibition shown last year at the Guggenheim of Rem Koolhaas, Countryside. Have you seen it?
Yeah, unfortunately, I was planning to see it, but again, because of the lockdown.
Of course. So I've seen it, and it's interesting because it's also this new kind of exhibition with only images, reproduction, and nothing precious, but a very strong statement. So it could be something of the future, right?
We think it's one possibility, which is interesting, and we definitely want to continue to experiment. We never want to repeat. No, we want to sort of let the format evolve. As we also want to have the language evolve. No, because I think in a way, one of the things which the exhibition also has, I would say, as a ingredient, maybe, or as a component. I don't know the word in English, as an ingredient. Yeah, one of the ingredients of the show is also that there are quite a lot of neologisms. We are sort of trying to come up with neologisms, and that has, of course, also to do with the evolution of language. That there are maybe words which or notions which we wouldn't have known what they are 10 years ago. And it's fascinating because Brian Eno has just published a new version of the diaries with swollen appendixes. It's actually a great book. And in the new preface, in the new introduction to the book, he wrote all the words which did not exist 25 years ago when he published basically when he published the book for the first time. And it's an extremely long list, you know, of words. If we would have basically, and words which are extremely familiar today, if you would have asked someone 25 years ago, they would have had no idea what these words are. Okay, a bientôt.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.